Is KVOI 2 News this morning.
Almost 6:15 this morning, bulletproof glass at the main entrance. That's just one way students are kept safe at Victory Middle School in Meridian. Today is the last day of school at Victory, not only for students, but also for their school resource officer.
Yeah, KVOI 2's Brent Hunsaker walked the halls with Officer Shannon Garza to talk about her first year on the job as SRO, what's changed there, and what's ahead.
Victory Middle School in Meridian is hardly a fortress. Still, getting into it is not easy.
You will be able to enter the first set of doors.
Okay, now I'm here. I want to go into the school through here. What's going to happen?
You're not going to be able to get in there.
So
You're not getting in this way.
Can't get in this way.
No.
Can't even shoot my way through this glass.
Correct.
The only way in is to be buzzed in. School Resource Officer Shannon Garza says that's just one of the changes made in newer schools because of the shootings.
Oh my God!
Another change that was made after Parkland, that's where the shooter pulled the fire alarm to get the students into the hallways. Well, now there are no more surprise fire drills at Victory. And if the alarm sounds without warning, teachers are told to verify.
It's become a lot more complicated now because of things like Parkland. We're in a concrete building. The likelihood of this thing burning down at a rate that people need to flee from is probably pretty small. So that does allow us to have the time and we teachers run, hide, fight, right? Yeah. If you need to run, you run, but it needs to be calculated. You don't just run blindly. You have to look out the door. What's going on? What am I hearing? So this is my office. I'm based with the school administrators.
With 6 years on the force, Officer Garza is just finishing up her first year as an SRO.
I've had people refer to me as the sheriff of the town.
And yes, that's a gun safe you see behind her.
I think that's kind of my job, is to know who should be here, what they're doing, what they're going to be like when they interact with other people. So that requires a lot of being present and a lot of being kind of tuned into what's happening at the school.
And it requires keeping an eye on social media.
Go open up a social media account and you've got some crazy infighting that's happening among students, so it's a big problem. I'm Officer Garza. I'm your school resource officer.
To keep in touch and to develop student relations, Officer Garza teaches a few times a week.
That would be an unwanted touch, right? Because you don't want me to grab you.
This lesson, empowering young women.
I promise you, you will be ahead of the game and it will do nothing but serve you for the rest of your life. It's a lot bigger than what I imagined it would be, honestly. I knew that it would be like policing in a school, but I didn't know that that meant developing some really strong relationships, not only with the faculty and the staff, but also developing relationships with the kids themselves, because if they don't trust you and they don't know you, they're not going to come talk to you.
With school ending, she assesses her first year even as she goes back to patrol for the summer. And she's already thinking about next year.
I think I'm going to be a lot more thoughtful about where I put my time and make sure I'm in my schools as much as I want to be. I'm excited to come back and have another year of it and see how it goes.